it even still working? Gosh. This one time I was out in the I was working on the ATV trail that goes north, and there was a lot of ferns in the way that I was running over and just kind of killing. And somebody in the comments said, "Oh no, don't kill the ferns! Don't kill the ferns! Dig them up and replant them." Well, we still laugh about that, City Girl and I. There are a million ferns around here. I'm not joking, not exaggerating at all. Probably millions of ferns. Welcome back to Raspberry Rock. I'm Russell, and you're not. No, seriously. 68,000 subscribers, not a single one of them named Russell. And that's fine. That's just how love goes. So what is Russell doing today? Good question. I'll tell you what Russell is doing. Russell's preparing for his new workshop. It's going to go like here. I'd be standing like right in the middle of it if it were built right now. And probably up about 3 feet. But there's a crap ton of stuff I've got here that needs to go somewhere else, and I'm not even sure where I'm going to put it. I've got like excess insulation that I didn't use in the cabin here. I've also got siding, external cladding that I was going to use on the cabin. It's all vinyl. Like I have a complete set of vinyl that I need to do that cabin, but I decided not to use it. I decided to go with the board and batten. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't want to use it on the workshop either. It just doesn't look as nice. Anyway, I got to figure out where to put this stuff, and then I got to put it there. And the complicating factor in all this is all this undergrowth. I brought the weed whacker through here, and I tell you what, some of these big raspberry plants just bind it right up. Anyway, let's just see how far I get through here. I got a ton of wood that was that's out here. It's just disintegrating, and I don't even know if it can be burned at this point. I'm just making a pile over there. I don't know where to put stuff. Oh, it took forever to clear this area off, and now I've really just spread the mess around. That's all I've done, because I've got nowhere to put this stuff. I mean, look at this. Just sitting here. And it doesn't look so bad now, because the foliage is so high. Like, you take a few steps away, you can't even see it. Not much. And there's a bunch of rotten wood over there, and I still have to do something with the insulation. And check this out. This little guy keeps coming out and looking at me. Oh, he's gone under. A little gardener snake. I'll wait till he comes back out. Because every time I grab something and walk away, he comes back. By the time I'm back, he comes back. And And there's a smaller garden snake, and I think I accidentally carried him over where that vinyl is. Maybe he was a baby. That one's baby, so maybe that's why that one keeps coming out and looking at me. Anyway, I got some really good pellets here. Happy to say these ones. There he goes underneath. These ones, not so sure about. These ones were getting wet a little bit, and I put my foot through over here. But what I'm going to do is everything's going to go on the other side of the shelter over there. Well, not everything. The insulation is. And I've got I'm going to put it on top of pallets, on top of some of the soffits that I still have. I have white soffit that I never used as well. But clouds are looking really dark right now. And while it's not calling for rain, it sure looks like it's going to rain. So I'm probably just going to cover up the insulation here and go inside. It's 3 o'clock as well, which is long past quitting time for me. So yeah, I'm going to pack it in for now. Maybe get out of tomorrow. And I'm really tired. Just carrying stuff back and forth. And blah. Come back out, little guy. Oh, I was hoping to show him. Oh, now I got sweat in my eyes. So yeah, I did put another half hour in. I figured out that if I just spent a little more time working, I could get the insulation in its new temporary home, which is right here on the other side of the shelter. That and some soffit that I'm never going to use. You kind of got to hold down the soffit. It likes to blow away. Anyway, let's take a trip over to the garden. I brought 2 more barrels over, thinking, why not? And had real trouble trying to find water down there. Let's go down there for a sec. I don't know if you can see it over there, but there's a family of geese. Looks like mom and a pop and 3 babies. And I saw them yesterday just kind of flapping around the pond. Like they take off and then they land again. So I think they're flight training mode. So I was picking up so much slime in here. I don't know if you can see it. It's just full of slime. Anyway, I went back to the cabin and got some screen. And zip tied some screen around the end to try and stop the slime. But that 1 barrel was taking me forever to fill up. Like I started filling it, and I thought, okay, well, I was done doing what I was going to do in the garden, right? And so I set a timer, 30-minute timer, went back to the cabin, came back, and it's still not even half full. I thought, holy crap. Set another 30-minute timer, went back to the cabin, came back, and there was no water coming out of the hose. And suddenly there was a splurt, and then there was water coming out, and then it stopped again. I think that's when I went to get the screen. But the barrel was like no fuller than last time, and I thought, well, this must have started happening the moment I walked away. So I started filling it again. Oh, stepping on my gourds. Go on, Jimbug. Jimbug, go on. Don't step on my gourds. Hey. Anyway, finally noticed barrel was leaking. There's about 10 holes in it. All around the bottom. I don't know how they got there. They look maybe like 22 rifle. So I wasted like 2 hours trying to fill that thing before I realized. Wasted a lot of water. Once I realized it though, I started filling that barrel. And I used sorry for breathing hard, I just came up a hill. I started using this to quickly transfer what water was in there into the other one. So that one didn't take nearly as long. And then I brought over, I went to look at my other barrels, and they're not cut off like these ones are. They'll still have the lids on them. So, but I had this third of a barrel, so I brought it over. And then I have another, like, actual barrel that you use for rainwater for watering your garden, right? It has a spout in the bottom. It's got a hole in the bottom from when I cut down the trees over there and something landed on it. Anyway, everything's looking really good. I see growth, like, on all the gourds. I see stuff like cucumber here, right? First cucumber I've seen. The small and big pumpkins are all growing stuff. There's one right there. The few carrots that we have growing are looking really good. The peppers, not very big, but they are growing. There's 3 of them. Oh yeah, this great big zucchini. It's just growing up. No growing across the ground for you. And where did I see one on there? Oh yeah, way down in there. There's one. The only thing I don't see growth on is the melon. But I have high hopes. The lettuce I let go too long, and it was growing some thick stems, so I cut those, and I don't see any new growth, so oh well, it's not the kind of lettuce I like anyway. Those grapes are probably sour. Whatever. One of these this might be squash, and I did see, I forget where the one I saw in here. Growing pretty thick. Tomatoes aren't growing nearly what we had last year, and I really wish we'd saved some of those seeds from the early girl tomato plants. Like, they were just so bushy, and there's so many tomatoes. These aren't bad. These are beefsteaks. Slowly changing color, but we're not getting, like, the plants aren't nearly what they were last year. But there's still time. And then I'm not a green bean person. City girl likes her green beans. I put these 2 stakes in at the top, just for some place for the vines to grow. But we're getting some growth in here, right there. There's one thing about me: I am terrible at spotting green beans in the green bean plant. Don't ask me why. Man, I don't know. I'll spot a few, and then City Girl will come over and pick 50. And the potatoes are doing good. This guy, yeah, the pot's too small. And so he, like, wilts like crazy if he's, like, 1 drop shy of water. And then I put water and he goes, zip. Ow. Son of a gun. Deer flies really hurt. Okay, I'm gonna water a couple of things. That plant's looking a little droopy. Like, it did rain overnight, so I didn't water them. I see a little droopiness here. Everything else looks fine. I'm gonna do a little bit of watering and then I'm gonna head back. It did rain a bit. For like 2 minutes. Then the sun came back out again. And there's the geese in the middle of the pond, splashing themselves. See this knife? Wait, you know what? I know you're gonna ask me about something. I got a band-aid on my face. It's not because I cut myself. It's to stop me from doing something. A habit. And no, nothing to do with a pimple. Anyway, see this knife? This is my Groman Russell #1 survival knife. No relation. To me, Groman Russell. I'd misplaced my knife. I knew it was around here somewhere, and City Girl has one just like it, so I was just taking hers if I wanted to take a Groman Russell #1 survival knife with me somewhere. And then I started carrying this little Victorinox, what do they call them? I forget what they call them now. Oh my goodness. I've only said the name like 100 times. Anyway, I found this. Wow, I just saw two of the geese keep going underwater. I've never seen geese go underwater like that before. Anyway, I found it. How many times am I going to get sidetracked on the story? You know where I found it? I found it on the far side of the shelter over there, where the shelter is now. Kind of over where the insulation is right now. Just lying on the ground. I have no idea how long it's been there. Months, at least. Over the winter? Maybe? So it's a leather sheath. I'll bring it up nice and close. It's a leather sheath, so I don't see anything wrong with the sheath other than it's a bit dirty. The knife itself, well, it's got some, those are bits of leather in there. But The blade looks fine. A little bit of condensation on it. I'll have to put a flashlight down there to make sure there's nothing in there. You know what the only thing I see though is, do you see the handle? It's a little discolored where it was the part that wasn't covered from the sun. So the sun has discolored it a little bit. Wow, eh? Doesn't it feels okay? There's something going on here, like I don't know what happened there. Anyway, wild. Roman Russell knives. Really like this knife, this style of knife. You know, when I go hunting, this is the knife I'll take. You know, if I gotta field dress a deer, that'll be the one. All right, I'm done. It's 19 Celsius. I've had some cool mornings, which has been really nice, like 14 Celsius-ish. Means the deer flies aren't too bad on the trail when I take the dogs for their morning thing. So I got some unfortunate news. You know that house that I was going to in Bancroft, Ray's house, he's rented it. I was going there for like laundry and the odd shower. Yeah, I rented it out. He says the basement apartment isn't occupied until the end of the month, so I can still use that. I'm like, Ray, the end of the month is like in a week. So yeah, I guess I could run up there, but I'm not going to. I don't really have a lot of laundry to do. I got lots of water. That's looking real good. Anyway, it's Tuesday. It's the day I generally go to town. Why do I go to town on Tuesdays? Sorry, distracted. There was a deer across the pond at the salt lick yesterday. Kind of watching for her to come back. Anyway, why do I go to town on Tuesdays? Well, I'll tell you. I keep forgetting to bring something to deal with this stupid tree that came down. Today I remembered, finally. Shouldn't take long. Well, actually, that piece feels like it'll just break off. Yep. Okay. So just that one piece then. It's maple, so a little tougher to cut than, say, a softwood. Good thing I brought my mini chainsaw, isn't it? Point the camera very well, did I? poplar, so it's not as hard as maple. Horse guy's running his weed whacker. So I totally forgot. I meant to do some filming in town, but I totally forgot. My mind is just off in the clouds. At any rate, Tuesdays. The Subway in Tweed has discounts for seniors on Tuesdays, 55 plus. And it's a 25% discount. That's pretty serious. So it turns my bill from 13 something into, I think, $10.15. I was like, that's a really good deal. It's not going to change the world, but it's good enough to make me go on Tuesdays. Also, the dump/recycling center is open on Tuesdays if I need to go there. There's just these sticks all over the place. Anyway, deer flies aren't too bad here. Usually when I drive the car back here, there's clouds of deer flies. You can hear them smacking off the roof. This time, not that many. Maybe a dozen, and they quickly went away. And there's still a couple flying around here, but nothing bugging me. So that's all right. Why do they make fobs this big? You know, it doesn't need to be that big. It's got the flick out key. I don't care for it personally. My old on the FJ Cruiser, it was just a big key. Anyway. In the paddock here, or whatever you want to call it, the horses would eat any grass that grows up, but they don't touch a lot of the weeds. So these weeds grow, 3 or 4 feet high. So I guess that's what he's doing. He's cutting down the weeds. The weeds that the horses don't eat. And at the moment, the horses aren't in the fenced-in area. What they do is they close a gate at the road and let the horses roam the property and just eat all the grass they want, which is kind of nice. Time to fill up the water tank again. The water tank, I mean the inside water tank. This guy's, look how much water's in there. So I'm guessing this is like 2 weeks of water between these rungs. So 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks of water, 2 months of water. That's not bad. I got thinking I'm doing exactly the same thing I did last time. Took the pump out of the bathroom, brought the hose up the hill. And I got thinking, why did I put it back last time? Well, I have to put the pump back, but why did I put the hose back? I'm just going to be using it here next time. And if I do this right, I get an extension cord up here, the hose, leave this hose on here, and baggy up the loose ends after I'm done. I could almost do everything from the deck next time. Bring the pump out here, plug everything in, but I still got to come down here and open the nozzle. Unfortunately. Oh, you smell weird. What were you doing? So yeah, just some medium freezer bags over the open ends when I'm done, and reusable zip ties. These are great. These are the ones that come on coffee bags, right? You wind it down and then the ends. These are fantastic. I love these. I always keep these. But yeah, so when I'm done, I'll just put that on there, and I'll put another one on here, and I've already got one on the hose down the hill where I disconnected. Yeah, we're almost ready here. Look at this awesomeness. Don't fall. We got a handy rock right here. Okay, So you are there. You are here. And this is also. Oh, this is also makes it easy for me to just check the temperature of the pump. I can just walk out here and put my hand on it and see how hot it's getting. I believe it has an auto shut off anyway, but and it's got water running through it, so it shouldn't overheat. It's more of a like if it runs dry, then it overheats, right? And I got my clicker, so I can do this from inside. I can watch the water level. Unfortunately, it takes about an hour to fill up. I know. Where's Willow? Where's Willow? All right. What's leaking this time? It didn't do that last time. It's not leaking a lot, but just enough that I should make sure everything's working inside, shouldn't I? So I don't know why it's leaking this time. I must have had just the water pressure on the tote just perfectly in tune with the pump. It's not leaking a lot, but I mean, it's annoying me. But you know what? The chances are, in the next 2 months, before I use up all this water, we're going to get at least one more rainstorm. And then we just fill the tote back up again. Then sometime in the fall we start getting water in the well. Almost got me that time. Like that? No more? So we went from here to here. So it's not a full rung. So, pretty good. So I brought another baggie because I think I need it, but it's gonna spray water all over me. I need a way to hold this up here. Just need to hold it for a couple of weeks, right? Just so no bugs or dirt gets in there. Shit. I don't want to... stay up here somehow. I need a string to tie it to the post. Shoot. Same with this. I knew it. And then this guy I'd like to leave here too. If that cable is longer, I could just drag it over. But like if it rains, I don't want it to get wet. Know what I mean? Just tie these two hoses together like this kind of thing. Even though they don't go together, you know, I just need a longer zip tie. Alright, finish this up. I think ideally what I'd have is another pump here, mount it permanently underneath the deck. I'll just pour that out all over myself. And I'd buy another hose. And then, I wonder if you could buy like a diverter. So you have the hose coming up the hill going in to the hose going inside. And I have a hose here going to the hose going inside. I wonder if you could set up like a 2-into-1 where it's if you have water running up the one, it doesn't run down the hill into the well, it goes into the cabin. Maybe you can get something with a switch. That would probably be the easiest thing to do. Flick the switch, come out here, open the thing, turn on the pump. Just to automate it all. For now I'm okay doing this because I don't want to buy another pump and a hose. They're expensive. Moving all that crap over there has freed up some really good pallets. It's funny because I had another pallet here. I already moved it. Another pallet here. The one that was here, sitting here, was in really bad shape. All the boards had broken on it, so I moved it out of the way. And I had another one waiting here. And I guess it was the one I used for snowplowing. It was terrible. It didn't have half the number of planks on it that, say, this one does. And they're all, I stepped on it and they're all like boing, boing, like this close away from breaking. All pallets are not made the same. I guess they're made for whatever gets put on them, right? This one's made to last, baby. So is this one down here. This one's a really good one. Good. Another one here that I'm just putting boards across. It'll last another season. Although, I really should. I've got 2 more pallets over there that are just like this one. I should at least put them in a safe spot. And I'm thinking maybe I should just put them right on top of these two. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. That other one said brick on it. Something, something, brick, something. So if these pallets, oh here it is, Brampton brick. If these pallets are made to hold bricks, then yeah, this is probably hardwood. Good stuff. Audio warning. Yeah, I don't mind losing a little bit of space because I always end up with like most of a row left anyway. Yeah. Dog needs a touch of leveling, like a rock underneath the corner or a bigger rock. Yeah, you may have noticed no bug gear here. Ugh. It's another hot, humid day. Golly. Yeah, no bug gear. Right around the cabin. At least for the last couple of days. The deer flies haven't been really bothering me too much, and the mosquitoes don't come out during the heat of the day. So, it's pretty good. Sometime in August, they really start letting up. And then it's like September 1st, like somebody flicks a switch, and they're just 98% of them are gone, which is nice. But June, July is the worst. June, July is when they're most acrimonious. Did I say that right? At their most acrimonious? They're most acrimonious in June, July? Yeah. This is not bad. Except for the I got kind of lucky. It was cool overnight and I had all the windows open. And so I came down this morning and I thought, I think it's going to be a hot day. So I closed all the windows. So it's 27, 28 Celsius, 82 Fahrenheit. Fairly warm day and sticky, but it's like 22 Celsius inside right now. And it's late afternoon, so for a long time it was like 19 Celsius, 20 Celsius. Those are nice temperatures inside. In fact, it was even a bit on the cool side. But it was nice because I could come outside and it's nice and warm. I could go inside, it was nice and cool. But if we don't get a cool night, I can't do that, obviously. I'm sweating. I'm just standing here, I'm sweating. Alright, I'm gonna go in and sit down for a bit. No more Mr. Nice Guy.